Welcome back. In this video, we are going to be going over all of my trades that I've taken this week so far. I am currently in 2 trades that are both sells, and then the rest of these trades here are all the trades that I have been in and have closed because price just wasn't going in my favor. I haven't taken any full stop outs on any of these trades. They were all managed pretty well, and I got out all of them well before price ever touched my stop loss. So let's go into the trades that I'm currently in, starting with USD CHF. Why am I in this trade? For sells, coming onto the weekly, price has had a nice run up all the way into this clear resistance zone. Even be widened up, I just have it a bit smaller. But price has ran up into the zone, into a weekly zone that is. So I went down into the daily and I seen that price just bounced away. So I took a saw down here. It's not the best entry. I probably could have gotten a better entry towards the middle of the zone, but it's fine. And I'm just expecting price to honestly fall all the way until this daily support zone here. So that's why I have my target profit all the way right at this support zone. And on the 4 hour, we are at this support zone that we bounced off. But I'm kind of expecting price just to crack below this, maybe do a retest before falling away. So that's why I'm in that trade. USD JPY is kind of the same thing. If you come out to the weekly, we've had a nice run all the way up to the weekly zone. Going into the daily, I seen that price was failing to break above these highs here. You can see it more clearly on the 4 hour, how price has been having trouble breaking past the set of highs. So once price fell away, I took my sell entry, placed it there, had my stop loss well above the zone, and then my take profit in a pretty reasonable spot. It's just a 1-to-1 and it's before the support zone. That's why I'm in this trade. Yes, I know I'm in drawdown in both of them. That is fine. I'm expecting them to just go into profits. Now, getting into the trades that I have lost. Starting with NZD USD, price was heading down. So I thought it was pretty logical to take sells, and it is. Price is going down overall, therefore I want to be looking for sells, not buys. At the time, I was seeing all of this market structure here. It was obviously heading down, breaking past supports, retesting as resistance, breaking past supports, and then retesting as resistance. Only issue is I completely missed out on this trade somehow. I did not even get it. This would have been a nice winner as well. But price broke that and retested, and I tried getting in on this retest of the zone. The only thing, if you go into the 1 hour, price did fall away, but it came back up and it kind of stalled out. I didn't even get out of my trade until price started to crack above this zone here. Once I noticed price started to crack above the zone, I kind of just cut off my trade right here just to manage my risk. And it's a good thing I did that, because if I didn't, price would have just smashed my full TP and would have continued up. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is taking a break and retest going to the upside, because if I kind of connect this, right, we have a breakout of a trend line and a break and retest of a support zone. So I could take buys here, stop loss below here, below the support, and my target at a 1-to-1. Could take something like this and it could work. It seems like a pretty good trade. But today's Friday, probably not going to do that. I'm just going to wait until next week. GJ. I did enter this trade. I kind of closed a bit early because I thought price was just going to continue down to my stop loss, but it reversed and then went into profits, and now it's back at the zone. So I don't even know what's going to happen at this point. But I entered this trade because price was heading up, obviously, as we can see. I had this resistance zone marked out. Price broke above the resistance and then retested this as support. I got in, I think it was on the 4-hour chart is where I got in at, because I seen all of these rejection candles and pretty bullish candles. So decided to take my entry. Price did go into profits. It did. It went into profits, kind of stalled out, and then it cracked below. And then it kind of went back up, and then it kind of went back down, and I just got out at around break even. This candle just shot down for some reason. I don't know. I guess you can call this liquidity. It kind of shot past that zone and then went right back up pretty strongly. And now it's just retesting this as support. We could see a bounce up again, and it could work out. I'm not going to be taking any buys at this point. I'm not too sure what's going to happen with GJ. I mean, you could take buys and it could still work out, but I don't know. GBP NZD. This was on the 4-hour. Price was clearly heading up. I obviously had this zone marked out here, although I had it a bit higher up like that. I was just waiting for price to come into the zone to retest, which it did, and it bounced, but my entry was on the 1-hour, although I probably should have known not to take in this trade, because if I looked in the past, price has tried to bounce here once, twice, 3 times, and then a 4th time, and yeah, it just never worked out. And on top of that, price was already creating lower highs and lower lows. So to be honest, I don't exactly know why I took this trade. It looked good on the 4-hour. Like the whole trade looked good on the 4-hour, but the 1-hour is just price had so many opportunities just to bounce away from that support zone, and it never did. It just kept creating lower highs and lower lows. So, after being in drawdown, I kind of just cut my trade right here, and I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, obviously price would have stopped me out fully. So my risk management is pretty on point. I'm able just to close out my trades on a small loss rather than taking a full loss. Losses are smaller than my wins. And even on my last trade, Euro CAD, why did I even enter this trade? Well, price was going down. We're in a downtrend, and we had made this resistance. Price bounced here and dropped, bounced here again and dropped. So I thought, well, if price comes back up into the zone, I can just look to take a sell back down, which I tried doing. Going into the 1-hour for my entry, I seen that price was rejecting, so I entered, I think, around in this area here. Either way, I really didn't get into much profits at all, and price shot up once again, breaking it past these highs, these wicks right here. So once price closed above this set of wicks, I closed out my trade again in a small loss, because I don't want to hold a losing trade all the way to my full stop out. Because look at this, it would have hit my full stop loss. My risk management, I'm like, even though I've lost multiple trades this week, I am very happy with myself. I've been managing my risk so fucking nicely, to the point to where I'm hardly even taking big losses. All of these losses were pretty small. I'm getting out around halfway or even less than halfway of my stop loss. This was like less than halfway of my stop loss. This was definitely less than halfway of my stop loss. GJ, that's just break even. And then NZD USD is the only trade where I got out more than halfway of my stop loss, but I still never took a full stop out. You're going to have losing streaks, and if you can't control your risk, inside of losing streaks, you are going to blow your fucking money. Risk management is so fucking important. I don't know why an alert went off. Why did that go off? I guess price hit something and I forgot I had an alarm set, but whatever. Back to what I was saying. If you cannot manage risk, you are not going to survive in these markets. All you need to do, trade with the trend, trade support and resistance, or whatever you trade, and control your risk. That is it. If you can do that, even on losing streaks and winning streaks, you will be good.